Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, and welcome back to my tutorial slash playthrough for the Forgotten Faction. Do you wanna kill people? I wanna kill people. Let's try killing people. However, try is probably the best word I can use right now. So you know my goals pretty well by now, and you know how I'm gonna try to achieve them. I'm gonna try to snap every single capital in the game. Now it looks like I don't need to worry too much about snapping the Missouri capital. I would say it's already gone. It might not realize it yet, but it is gone. Speaking of gone, it is terrifying to see how powerful this Battleborn can get and how quickly they get so powerful. I mean, look at that guy. He was just raised. He's level 1, 714 life. Holy Toledo, what did this guy eat? Is he Battleborn out of, I don't know, at the very least a guardian, I would say. Probably the guardian of the entire effing universe. Holy balls, those guys are beefy. I was under the impression that the mists will do alright against those guys, but it looks like the Necrophager's AI was like, sup loser, I don't care, I get the best values the game can give me and you're gonna have to deal with that. Apparently I will. Thankfully I don't have to destroy their entire armies. I just have to destroy the people who are guarding his capital. Problem is, against those guys alone, I could maybe do it. With 3 of my armies, I might, and I do mean might, have what it takes to kill those guys. And pretty much most of the work would be done indeed by Ziemiaria, who is... where? There she is. I mean, she could do some stuff, although she is still amusingly enough worse than their Battleborns, pretty much. Maybe not exactly worse, she does have a lot of abilities and she buffs my entire army, but look at that. I mean, obviously mists, like I said, they are flies, they die super easily. It's the area of effect damage, the Facetin Shadow's ability, and the cheapness that makes them so good. And that is true, however, I mean, that's just a difference of scale, right? We're talking about the difference of scale of, I don't know, David versus Goliath. That's pretty much how I feel right now. I'm gonna try to do it, but if this army stays in the capital, I cannot take it. I mean, there are 3 proliferators right here, so they will infect my mists, and my mists are supposed to die. Proliferators are direct counters to mists as a result, and yeah, if those guys don't go away, I have no chance of success when capturing this capital. Not to say that those foragers are not helping the enemy either, because they definitely are. In fact, they're gonna be really effing powerful and damaging when fighting against my units, although they're certainly less worrisome than the proliferators. But still, look at their defense, 157, my mists cannot match that. I mean, they have 83 attack, I would be barely hitting the enemy at all. Shadows, then Fasten the Shadow's ability of course will make the difference, but it will not make much of a difference. Now, as a dummy, after I closed a notification I got after loading the save file because the wild walkers attacked they tried to pillage my village, I was like, yo, I have mists over here, I can deal with that. So I did destroy their army, but I closed the notification, sorry about that. And yes, I played it on manual off camera because this videocast, I don't want to waste time on battles that are meaningless, and it was a meaningless battle. Speaking of meaningless battles, I decided that fighting those guys is also meaningless. I mean, they're level 9! Level 9, that's a lot of life to take care of. Plus, 210 defense means that I have a 75% chance to deal half damage. No, 25, I don't remember actually right now what the difference is. Either way, I have a small chance to either do half damage or to deal no damage whatsoever. And because my luck is known to be pathetic, ask anybody who played Blood Bowl with me and they'll confirm, then, you know what, I don't fancy my chances against this guy even if I mustered all my armies in the region to fight him. So instead what I did is my good old tactic of shooting my capital with cheap exposable units. And if the enemy tries to kill them, that's fine, I can just run away. They are not in a siege because the enemy cannot even start a siege as I'm preventing the enemy from doing just that. So yeah, that's my plan for the time being. I'm not sure how well I will be able to, you know, maintain it, but I'm making at least a single unit at 10. I can make more than that, but I do want to continue making mists. mind you, so yeah. Additionally, I have moved the population in many of my cities, as you may see right now, into influence production. Why? Because I just realized winter is about to come. It might in fact start next turn, but I have no time at all. If I want to have even the slightest shot at beating this game, I need to snap this capital. To snap this capital, I need to reach it before the enemy finishes walking on the Serum of Iteru. Once the Serum of Iteru is done, those guys will suddenly have a whooping over 1,000 life, and around 300 damage. That's gonna be difficult to get around. Of course, that doesn't really matter. The only stats I care about that the enemy has are the defense stats. They thankfully will not be boosted, but they're already too high for me anyway, so yeah. I do want to get there before Serum of Iteru. Winter will slow me down severely. Knowing my luck, it's also going to be winter that lowers your movement even further. So I'm getting enough influence now so that I can in fact increase my movement speed as soon as I can set the next Empire plan in motion. This will mean that I'll do less attack on units though. Now I do have some blood crystals saved up just for this occasion in case of emergencies, but it's only gonna be 25% boost instead of the 30 that I was getting before. So yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, and there isn't really much I can do about that. I mean, if I were to go for both of those things, as you can see, it will take me 420 influence. I can't get that in just 2 turns. I should have noticed this earlier that the winter is gonna come. Of course, I could risk it. I could assume that the winter is gonna come in just 8 turns and then maintain my current Empire plan without going for the movement thing. I could do that. Would that be stupid? Yes. If you are a lucky guy and you fancy your chances, then go ahead and do it. I am definitely everything but a lucky guy, and I don't fancy my chances, so I'm not gonna do it. Alright, what I do want to do as quickly as humanly possible, by the way, however, is to get to Air Force so that I can get level 4 mists starting out and easy ability to get them to level 5, so they are at the very least somewhat competitive against the enemy. That would be nice. Also, getting the dust equipment is really important for me right now. Alright, pillage suffered. That's something that, well, I had to deal with. I did give my hero the trinket, by the way, that increases my pillage defense and increases my defense recovery on region. Unfortunately, the enemy armies are so spirit of mine that it doesn't really matter. They can insta-pillage me anyway. But against non-Mizari targets, which means that basically anybody else, because the Confederates are not here yet, that could be useful. Then again, I may have thrown some of my titanium away, but I don't really care too much about that. Right, units level up, that's a Predator. I could care less about the Predator. Now, Ziemia, and that's nice. That's not actually anything about Ziemia, but either way, got myself some Paladin. That's gonna be very useful if I finally do get uncommon allies, which, crying aloud, I could get it at some point, please. Now I need to perform a level 4 decrease population or target a level 4 target governor infiltration action in any infiltrated city. In return, I get the Tower of Consecrate. Now, Tower of Consecrate is something I actually really like. It's kind of similar to what's the other thing? There's a similar thing that works to the way that the Tower of Consecrate works. I don't remember. Either way, it's actually really useful if you have regions that have those pacified villages. So obviously, if you rush this, you may have some difficulties, but I don't see it likely that you would be able to rush level 4 quests, although it's not that unlikely. I mean, level 4 decreased population will take a while, surely, but yeah, I don't know. Either way, it's actually a really good piece of improvement. I really like it because it allows me to actually have some useful resources, which for the Forgotten is a really important thing indeed. So it's a good thing to have, but I will not be getting that right now because my spies are currently busy sabotaging the walls rather than the population. So yeah, alright. You do, sir. Land and wake up. You will be needed if necessary. Speaking of wake up, I'll make a Kamikaze Institute. No, I won't. I'm not that silly, don't worry. I'll just queue up a bunch of extra mists, and this will be it most likely. Now let's have a quick look-see. My spy is feeling just fine in this territory. In fact, let's make him swimming so that nobody can attack him in any way, shape, or form. And from over here, I can see what happens in Vexus very easy. I am worried though. Why do you think those guys not destroying the city? Did they sign a truce? Don't tell me they signed a truce right now. Don't tell me they did. Please don't tell me. Okay, they didn't. That's good. And oh, come on! Automators actually declared war on the necrophages. Which actually is what I wanted to begin with, but yeah, okay, never mind. That's actually okay. So yeah, it might happen that this capital will be captured before the end of this game as well, in which case there's only one I need to take care of, but this capital is still being protected like in a really good manner. That said, there are some really powerful neutral units in the vicinity. That's kind of surprising. Huh, interesting. Either way, yeah, by the way, also another thing. I did keep this army over there, offshore, because this way it cannot be attacked by the enemy. And there's no reason for it to be on the ground before I'm actually ready to, you know, do anything with it. So I'm keeping it here for the time being. Once my armies are actually in the vicinity, I'll move it onto the ground, obviously, and I'll try to storm the castle. Which, again, I'm not sure if I can do it. It really depends entirely on whether or not the enemy actually has some extra defenders in the vicinity, and... Oh, really? Seriously? And also from the fact if... What was I gonna say? I don't actually remember. If the enemy has Serum of Terror. Although the more I think about it, the more I feel like Serum of Terror is not really gonna matter all that much, since all that changes is the amount of times I need to hit the enemy with mists, which will be plenty regardless. It's the ability to hit him that I'm worried about, and that's not really gonna improve for the enemy. It can only improve for me as my armies gain some extra level ups, but still, my armies will be severely behind. And hey, of course, it is winter. I could not possibly wait for a bunch of times, although it's gonna be summer pretty quickly. Alright. They have conquered 14 regions of the 28. Yeah, somehow I'm not worried about that. They have plenty of other victory types they can get really easily. That is not one that I need to be worried about. Alright, and... What did I say? I said it's gonna punish my movement this winter. I said it, didn't I? Oh boy. Also a prodigy when it comes to my luck, or rather the lack of my luck, because seriously, look, I mean, this is just comical at this point. Holy balls. When it comes to luck, I mean, Endless Legend is just a show dedicated showing how little of it I have. That said, this winter might end really quickly, so I'm a little bit tempted to actually not go for the extra movement and keep the extra attack. But right now, 1.8 movement, oh come on! You see, if the winter effect would have been anything else, and I saw that this winter is actually gonna be this short, I would be like, you know what, yeah, I can wait. But now, I don't know. Show me the serum. How's the serum going? Do they have it yet? They don't, huh? How is the science? It dipped a little bit, but it's still pretty effing high. I'm trying to remember how much it costs to get a serum once you have 45 technologies. I don't actually remember right now. I don't. But if their science output per 10 is like, let's see, they got to 6 around this place where the industry tab is, so around here, and then they stopped bothering up with science all of a sudden, which is a little bit weird. And that's, I guess, a 10 maybe a pass? Okay, so they had 1500 per 10, then increased, let's say they had 1600 in science comic per 10 for what, I don't know, 10 tens, so that's, yeah, 16,000. I don't remember, it's kind of embarrassing. I should know those values by heart by now, I know, but it doesn't actually for that much. I might be mistaking it with the old values, but either they almost have it or they are halfway there. I'm not actually sure right now, which again is embarrassing. But judging by the momentum they were having up to this point, I would say that it's more than likely that they are about to get it. But maybe my old self is actually right. Maybe they are only halfway there. Boy, this is such a difficult decision. I mean, I will need this attack, because in the next 10 turns, most likely I'll be able to besiege this city. However, if this winter doesn't end in 8 turns, which knowing my luck it might not, then I would still be like here by the end of this winter, and this would be really bad for me. Oh boy, this is... I never wanted to make this kind of choice. I never did. Effort. I mean, the crystal's gonna give me 25% bonus. I mean, right now I'm not even hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the worst just to prove that I didn't do something that's pointless right now. I'm hoping that this window will continue for as long as it does, for no reason whatsoever. And I will have to go for extra movement, just because I cannot risk having this winter gone for 8 turns and nothing happening whatsoever. Or can I? Because the other option is to just ignore the fact that the enemy is gonna get a serum and just keep hoping that the enemy has no oh, for crying out loud. They have Prolificator now. Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about actually. It doesn't matter what they have. They're gonna have a vastly superior military to mine regardless. What matters is what happens once I get to this area, and it looks like the enemy is not gonna have anybody in the vicinity because they'll be focused on the front lines. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a calculated gamble. I will not go for the movement, despite the fact that I actually made myself specifically able to go. But it's so... Oh, wow, I can't make my choice, can I? You know what? I think I will make my choice right now. I can move 2 tiles per turn, as it looks like. Alright, I'll do that. I'll move 2 tiles per turn. And I'll keep my care and everything. I will reduce the cost of research, though, because I do need to get to Area 4 as quickly as humanly possible. As for anything else, I could care less about anything else, aside from movement, of course. So, let's apply that. This weather is gonna last for 8 turns, isn't it? Yeah, I know it is. I know it most likely is. Either way, I'm not gonna go buy out this tech right now, because obviously I don't need to. I'll do that on the next turn, when it's slightly cheaper. Uder says, please walk onto the shore, and Uder says, start your very, very, very slow sail. Holy balls. Alright, and that's about everything I can do. Man, this videocast, I mean, the progress is being very slow because of the decisions I had to make, which kinda, you know... Oh, no, I forgot to... Well, I guess at the very least I'll have a lot of influence, eh? Yeah, but my city suffered for it, and my economy did as well as a result. Okay then, in this city I actually care about food more than industry, so let's do that. And you focus on industry a bit more. Other cities should be more or less a-okay, except this city isn't at all. Wake up. Oh, and I also then moved mists out of the city, so no progress was being made over there. Wonderful. But I do have another group of mists ready to go and try to attack the necrophages, which is good. Alright, let's make another dust refinery. I really do need them, because, I mean, during winter even during winter, I am in the positives at the very least, which is important, but I do need to be higher in the positives, because I do need to get to better areas as quickly as possible. You just say, do I have any good resources in your think? I could have Paladin if I invested into this tech, which I'm not sure if I will. I would rather get a little bit more from terrain of dust, although this 15% ferocity is now starting to seem like kind of useful deal, especially since my city's growth has been stagnating. Was stagnating for quite a while, so yeah, let's go for that instead. Anything else I need to take care of? Well, I need to move my army so quickly and so swiftly. I don't see any immediate threats in the vicinities. I think I can walk on shore now, and the enemy maybe will not be able to instantly kill my army. Again, being stealthed is a big deal, but I'm always a little bit worried whenever it comes to, you know, walking around the territory of somebody who's so vastly more powerful than I am. Will please end winter? Please do. I mean, that would be lovely if you could end right now. I mean, I would seriously appreciate it, and this would be like great, except you didn't do it, you bastard, because you would never do anything nice for me, would you? Also, are you gonna capture? Thank you! Finally, they're actually gonna try to besiege the capital. I was really worried they would be just trolling me and they would win the game for scientific victory instead of conquest victory just cause. I could totally see the AI do that. Alright, how's the infiltration going? That's the other infiltration that I don't care about. This is the one I do care about. I'm about to finish fortification to where I want it to be, which is good. I could also go for level 5, which, I mean, I might as well. It doesn't really matter either way, in all honesty. So, alright, let's keep moving ever so slowly, except I need to move in a way that I will not be stopped by the enemy city. So, yay for one moved tile. I'm so happy about that. And let's move to over here. I don't want to make my way to this piece of land because those guys... I mean, since they have 2 movement, so they could theoretically end up over here, declare attack on me, and then I'd have to retreat because those might be 2 guys, but there are 9 guys over here, and those 9 guys, yeah, they would kill me. Oh, necrophic drones. Haven't seen those guys in a while, thank goodness, because they are actually less scary than anybody else that the necrophagist have right now, because their defense I actually can deal with. So I never thought I would say this. I wish the enemy was using more necrodrones. This is kind of hilarious right now. Alright, you please move, and the guys on the south also please move onto the water tile. And let's research uncommon alloys, nice and easy. And let's see if I can do anything with them. I mean, I know for a fact that I can, so let's have a quick look-see. I'll keep this mist design because this will be the one that doesn't use any strategic resources. But so let's create a new mist design that does use strategic resources. So what does he have that is actually interesting for me? Well, I'm obviously... I mean, I kind of want to go for some strike back because I most likely will be using strike backs. Yeah, let's go for that. And out of the 2, I will obviously go for the extra. Actually, it is a little bit... I will go for the initiative, I think. I mean, the defense is still gonna help me in anyway. The enemy is gonna have too much attack anyway, so I think it's just... The problem is, it costs 11 Palladium, I have 55 of it. I'm not currently even mining it. I don't even know how to mine it right now. Whereas I do have a source of adamantium. But then again, I can just repurpose those guys later on. Let's give them some more gear. Let's give them the armor, because, you know, it actually is somewhat helpful. And let us give them some trinkets as well. I don't remember what kind of trinkets was I using before. Let's have a quick look-see. So, just the basic ones. For sharp sense and for improved movement too. Okay, can do. Let's do that real quick again. So, Palladium. Movement 2. Yep, like this. Was there any particular reason why I went for movement 2 instead of movement 3? I don't quite remember. I think I was just satisfied with the movement increase that it gave me, to be quite frankly honest with you. That might be it. And I think I am, to be honest, because it is quite an expensive trinket. And I do want to be able to make those miss relatively quickly-ish. Oh, also, I almost forgot. Those are important. Okay, and then the last trinket is, I mean, the enemy doesn't really have any ranged units anymore, so I kind of want to increase my damage, I would say. Yeah, let's go for increased damage, so when I hit, I actually am able to deal some damage. That would be nice indeed. And let's give you a name, so let's see, Devil was the name of the assassin, so in here it would be... Well, that's a girl, so... I don't know. Give me a second. Alright, I decided to call her a wish. She's gonna fulfill my wish of making the enemy horribly and brutally murdered in a matter of seconds. At the very least, I hope so. Alrighty then, let's end the turn. Scorus is, I would say, next on my agenda because, then again, I don't have the glass to actually get the Scorus, so I might go for this medical station first before Scorus. Also, winter hasn't ended yet. I just thought I would point this out, guys. I mean, I know it's maybe not likely to have ended by now, but you know, for other people, I guess it could have. For me, it's gonna wait until 5 days. It's gonna do it, isn't it? I have a feeling it will. Alright, Salimar is now ready to be captured instantly. Assuming the enemy has no extra units guarding it. Right now they have a Proliferator, 2 Undead and Militia, and a Hero. Hero I don't care about, he is a puny guy, I can kill him easily, even with his stats. Militia I could care less about again, they have 90 defense, which is dealable with, 420 life, they have no extra abilities, easy to deal with. And Dead are a bit more difficult with their 500 FN life, but I can deal with that too. This guy's a problem though, because he'll just keep making the battle balls, and battle balls are the problem. If I can kill the capital instantly in a single turn, then yes, I'm good. Can I do it though? I'm not too sure, to be entirely frankly honest with you. Alright then, let's end the turn again. And I'm probably gonna end this video cast relatively soon. Now the reason for that actually is kind of simple. I do feel good now, thankfully. It looks like my illness is totally gone, with no traces of it wanting to return whatsoever, which is to be expected. Again, that's how viral infections work. But The problem is, something that you may not know about, I decided to come back to university this year. As in, when I say come back, I mean like go to a completely new major that I want to study just because of my passion and stuff. But I still want to keep working, I'm a working man, you see, so doing both these things at the same time means that I sleep on 4 hours average per day. Yeah, it's a little bit iffy, so I get sleepy most of the time, so I'm gonna end this video cast relatively quickly. But first of all, hero level up, that's nice, it's giving more infiltration power. Not like it matters actually at this point, since he did what he was supposed to do, but let's get the infiltration power anyway, since I wanted to do it, might as well commit. As for this, vision and map exchange, in return they give me 3 dance orchid. Sure, I mean, why not? I mean, they give me dust orchids, which I cannot really do anything with. If I had 3 more, I could actually fulfill the Tale from the Dark Season. But I'm not gonna get the tag just to fulfill this quest. The tags are too expensive for me right now, obviously. There are more important things to get. And while the Tale from the Dark Season does give you an amazing hero, there are more important things, frankly. Alrighty then, let's see here. Who are you? No, seriously, who are you? I don't know, but there's a guy who needs all this here. By the way, it's still winter, just pointing this out. I mean, I know you are aware, but I thought I would just confirm this. I did not go for the extra movement, so that's what happens. That's my revenge. I mean, that's the game's revenge for me deciding to take a calculated risk. I mean, I'm not too salty, to be honest. I still believe I made the right choice, because if the winter had ended sooner, and I were able to attack the enemy within those few turns, I would have had the extra attack, right? Which would have been very, very important, and perhaps the only reason why I would be able to actually win this game, which is very important. So, taking a risk right there and there, I believe was the right choice. Also, the enemy's capital has fallen, good and bad at the same time, because this is gonna give a lot of science to the necrophages. Right now it has poor... Actually, probably... It's endless AI. I was gonna say it probably has poor approval right now, but it's endless AI. It's probably fervent. I mean, why wouldn't it be? So yeah, that's not an issue. And what's that? What are they making? That was some I kind of didn't recognize. It was too small to recognize actually. I'm kind of curious what they made. What was that? Get back over here. They made... oh, Givers of the Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's thing I did not expect it to have just yet, or to be able to make it for that matter. Actually, don't I even care what I was saying? It's LSAI. They're gonna be on level 10 when they make a new unit, no matter what. It's LSAI. And also, it's making a ton of proliferators in its capital. Holy balls. And also, hey, look at here. I guess it didn't matter if I went for speed or not, because right now I wouldn't be able to attack this place anyway. It's so well defended. That's a bit of a problem though, because are those guys gonna move away anytime soon? I hope they are. Otherwise, oh, I know why they may have moved in. The enemy made a district instantly with a single 10. And what does that mean? It means that it gained vision over my unit, my army, my stealth army. AI may have moved in to deal with that. That's a problem. Yeah, I think that's why the AI moved in the way it did. Also, enemy just is pillaging me again, and is pillaging all the time, because that's what they do. Also, you have movement. Why did you not move, you bastard? Also, you move over here just in case the enemy can actually somehow move all the way around. Okay, right. Let's move the last few units that I can actually move, and I'll end the video cast, because, like I said, I do need to go to sleep at some point. Otherwise, I'll suffer from extreme sleep deprivation. Not like I'm not used to that by now, but I would like to, you know, not murder my organism too much and get sick on something else just from the lack of sleep alone. That would be kind of bad, wouldn't it? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Let's wait for the stand to end. Now, summer returns, of course, you bastard. And is that war? That's Missouri declaring war on me, isn't it? No, that's... Oh, that doesn't matter. As long as the enemy has no vision on me, it doesn't matter if they close the borders on me or not. Because, you know, if they don't see me, I can just ignore the closed borders order. So I need to make sure they do not have detection, but they might have detection. I may declare war on them on the next video, but not on this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.